Naked I may speak now, for I know both men are treacherous too. Fairest we speak when falsest we think. Many a maid is deceived. Gallantly shall he speak the gifts, bring who he wishes. For women's love praise the features of their fair girl, who courts woe will conquer. Never reproach another for his love. It happens often enough that beauty ensnares with desire the wise, whilst the foolish remain unmoved. Never reproach the plight of another, for it happens to many men. Strong desires may stupefy heroes, dull the wits of the wise. The mind alone knows what is near the heart. Each in his own judge. The worst sickness for a wise man is to crave what he cannot enjoy. So I learned when I sat in the reeds, hoping to have my desire. Lovely was the flesh of that fair girl, but nothing I hoped for happened. I saw her on a bed, Billing's daughter, some white asleep. No greater delight I long for than to lie in her lovely arms. Come, Odin, after nightfall, if you wish for me, a meeting with me, all would be lost if anyone saw upon us and learned that we were lovers. A fire with longing I left her then, deceived by her soft words. I thought my wooing had won the maid that I would have my way. After nightfall I hurried back, but the warriors were all awake. Lights were burning, blazing torches, so false proved the path. Towards daybreak back I came, the guards were sound asleep. I found then that the fair woman had tried to bitch to her bed. Many a girl, when one gets to know her, proves to be fickle and false. That treacherous maiden taught me a lesson. The crafty woman covered me with shame. That was all I got from her. Let a man with his crest be glad and merry. Modest a man should be. But talk, woe if he intends to be wise and expect praise from men. Thimble Famby is the fool called, and able to open his mouth. Fruitless my errand, had I been silent when I came to Suttung's court with the spirited words I spoke to my prophet in the hall of the aged giant. Ratty had gnawed a narrow passage, chewed a channel through stone, a path round the roads of the giants. I was like to lose my head. Gunlod sat me in the golden seat, poured me precious mead. Ah, the reward she had for me for that, for her proud and passionate heart, her brooding, foreboding spirit. What I won from her I have well used. I have waxed in the wisdom since I came back, bringing to Asgard oddly the sacred draught. Hardly would I have come home alive from the garth of the grim troll, had Gunlod not helped me, the good woman who wrapped her arms around me. The following day the frost giants came, walked into Har's hall to ask for Har's advice. Had Bulwark, they asked, come back to his friends, or had he been slain by Suttung? Odin, they said, swore an oath on his ring. Who from now on will trust him? By fraud, by the feast, by befuddled Suttung, and brought grief to Gunlod. It is time to sing the seat of the wise, of what at Urd's woe I saw in silence, saw and thought on. Long I listened to men, runes heard spoken, counsels revealed. At Har's hall, in Har's hall, there I heard this. Lodfafnir, listen to my counsel, you will fare well if you follow it. It will help you much if you heed it. Never rise at night unless you need to spy, or to ease yourself in the outhouse. Shun a woman wise in magic, her bed and her embraces. If she casts a spell, you will care no longer to meet and speak with men. Desire no food, desire no pleasure, in sorrow fall asleep. Never seduce another's wife. Never make her your mistress. If you must journey to mountains and firths, take food and fodder with you. Never open your heart to an evil man when fortune does not favour you. From an evil man, if you make him your friend, you will never get evil for good. I saw a warrior wounded fatally by the words of an evil woman. Her cunning tongue causes death through what she alleged was a lie. If you know a friend you can fully trust, go often to his house. Grass and brambles grow quickly upon the untrodden track. With a good man it is good to talk. Make him your fast friend. But waste no words on the witless oaf, nor sit with a scentless ape. Cherish those near you, never be the first to break with a friend. Cares eats him with who no longer opens his heart to another. An evil man, if you make him your friend, will give you evil for good. A good man, if you make him your friend, will praise you in every place. Affection is mutual when men can open all their hearts to each other. He who words always fair is untrue and not to be trusted. Brandy, no speech with a bad man. Often the better is beaten in a word. Fight by the worse. Be not a cobbler nor a carver of shafts. Expect it to be for yourself. If a shoe fit ill or a shaft be crooked, the maker gets cursed and kicks. If aware that another is wicked, say so. Makes no truce or treaty with foes. Never share in the shameful gotten, but allow yourself what is lawful. Never lift your eyes and look up in battle, lest the heroes enchant you. Who can change warriors suddenly into hogs with a good woman? If you wish to enjoy her words and her goodwill, pledge her fairly and be faithful to it. Enjoy the good you are given. Be not over weary, but wary enough. First of the foaming gale, second of the woman wed to another, third of the tricks of thieves. Mock not the traveller met on the road, nor maliciously laugh at the guest. Scoff not at the guests, nor at the gate chase them, but relieve the lonely and wretched. The sitters in the hall seldom know the kin of the newcomer. The best man is married by folks, the worst is not without worth. Never laugh at the old when they offer counsel. Often their words are wise. From shrivelled skin, from scraggy things that hand among the hides and moves amid the guts, clear words often come. Heavy the beam above the door, hang a horseshoe on it, against ill luck, lest it should be suddenly crash and crush your guests. Medicines exist against many evils, earth against drunkenness, oak against costiveness, corn against sorcery, spurned rye against rupture, runes against bales, the moon against feuds, fire against sickness, earth makes harmless the floods. Wounded I hung on the wind-swept gallows for 9 long nights, pierced by a spear, pledged to Odin, offered myself to myself. The wisest know not from whence spring the roots that ancient rued. They gave me no bread, they gave me no mead. I looked down, with a loud cry I took the runes from that tree I fell. 9 lays of power I learned from the famous Bothar, Bestler's father. He poured me a draught of precious mead, mixed with magic. Odlia waxed and throve woe. Word from word gave words to me, deed from deed gave deeds to me. Runes you will find and readable staves, very strong staves, very stout staves, staves that Bothar stained, made by mighty powers, craven by the prophetic god. For the gods by Odin, for the elves by Dane, by Davelin too, for the dwarfs by Asvid, for the hateful giants, and some I've carved myself. thund, before man was made scratched them, whose rose first fall thereafter. Know how to cut them, know how to read them, know how to stain them, know how to prove them, know how to revoke them, know how to score them, know how to send them, know how to send them. Better not to ask than to overpledge as a gift that demands a gift. Better not to send than to slay too many. The first charm I know is unknown to rulers or any human kind. Hope it is named, for hope it can given in hours of sorrow and anguish. I know a second that the sons of men must learn who wish to be leeches. I know a third in the thick of battle. If my need be great enough, it will blunt the edges of enemy swords. Their weapons will make no wounds. I know a fourth, it will free me quickly. If foes should bind me fast with strong chains, a chant that makes fetters spring from the feet, bounds burst from the hands. I know a fifth, no flying arrow, aimed to bring harm to men, flies too fast for my fingers to catch it and hold it in mid-air. I know a sixth, it will save me if a man cuts wounds on a sapling's roots. With the intent to harm, it turns a spell. The hater is harmed, not me. If I see the hall ablaze around my benchmates, though not the flames, they shall feel nothing. If I chose to chant the spell, I know an eighth that all are glad of, most useful to men. If hate fester in the heart of a warrior, it will soon calm and cure him. I know a ninth, when I have to shelter my ship on the flood. The wind it calms, the waves it smooths. I put the sea to sleep. I know a tenth, if troublesome ghosts ride the rafters aloft, I can work it so they wander astray, unable to find their forms, unable to find their homes. I know 11th, when I lead to battle old comrades in arms, I have only to chant it behind my shield, and unwounded they go to war, unwounded they come from war, unscabbarded wherever they are. I know a 12th, if a tree bear man hanged in the halter, I can carve and stain the strong runes that will cause the corpse to speak, reply to whatever I ask. I know a 13th, if I throw a cup of water over a warrior, he shall not fall into the fiercest battle, nor sink beneath the sword. I know a 14th, that few know, if I told a troop of warriors about the high ones, elves and the gods, I can name them by one. Few can the nitwit name. I know a 15th, that first the Jodya sang before Delling's doors, giving powers to gods, prowess to elves, foresight to Odin. I know a 16th, if I see a girl with whom it would please me to play, I can tune her thought, can touch the heart of any white-armed woman. I know a 17th, if I sing it, the young girl will be slow to forsake me. I know an 18th, that I never tell to maiden or wife or man. A secret I'd hold from all except the love who lies in my arms or else my own sister. To learn to sing them, Lodfafnir, will take you a long time, though hopeful they are if you understand them, useful if you use them, needful if you need them. The wise one, spoken words in the hall, needful for men to know, unneedful for trolls to know. Hail to the speaker, hail to the knower, joy to him who has understood, delight to those who have listened. The end. Please remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, which will help us to grow and get a bigger audience. And above all, leave us a comment in the comments box below. Goodbye, and I do hope you like my attempt at Havamal. I need a good drink now. That was very long.